Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Daniels coming back after that pick. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Vikings get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. On the move, headed right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
2nd and 10 now. Rotates Jefferson along the sideline, complete. And he's out a yard or two shy of the 15. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
A pickup there of 33 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch. You took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Ready?
Throwing now, Daniels. He's on the move.
Oh my God, no way. That was a big key.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his leg.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders get it back to within 2 possessions. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Daniels from the pistol.
Drop that ball, nigga. Drop that ball. What are you doing?
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
Chandler now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Jones reels it in. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 44 here on second down. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Commanders have some new life in the fourth. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to fourth. Big play after big play, and that is their fourth interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. One interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
He's got it near the 10. And that's a Washington touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Chandler now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32.
Tell him this.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Disco.
First throw for the backup now. Oh, he puts some
He's catching that.
Ooh. He can't roll through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbles it and drops it.
No way they
Looking for
just
Justin
did that.
Jefferson on that throw. So second down
This
coming
is
up.
JJ. What am I doing?
From the shotgun, McCarthy escapes the pocket. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Working quickly here. Looking to throw. On the sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Vikings leading by 6. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Go.
First and 10. Here's
He
Jones.
still read the ring.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Into the hands of Jefferson. Complete. It's a Minnesota touchdown.
I said, kid.
The Vikings stretch it to a 2-score game in the fourth. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
Oh, my God.
So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts him up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper.
Right there,
it's so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Big lift from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set. First and 10.
JJ.
Let's go. Ready.
Now Daniels off the play action.
Yeah.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward,
hey, bro, 51. If you don't want the ball, then just get out.
Like that. I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Mustang 19.
Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big gain downfield. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Vikings get it as he makes his third interception in this game.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all. And it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Wow, they're going to pass it here.
Touchdown.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Vikings have it again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Forced out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jeremy Chin has got it. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are so...
And that's the record. His fifth interception of this ball game. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Vikings are stopped on the return on the final play of this game. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be. But even with the added boost from the friendly confines, couldn't will them to the victory.
Yeah, sometimes it just isn't your game. You're never going to win them all, even at home. But what's important now is learning from this defeat, hitting the film room, hitting the weights, making sure this doesn't happen again. Don't let this loss beat you twice.
With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners. As with that, we sign off from D.C. This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Under clear, sunny skies, we are ready for football. And we're off from Tampa. Return starts at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Come on.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Has a man. It's Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Buys time, rolling right. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are tackled after a stellar return. Following the interception, they're going to take over at their 40. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. On the game, this is Irving. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Here we go, 2nd and 9. His first throw is an interception. Mike Sandra still makes the play. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1, and number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. Dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down.
60.
He goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. He's up to the 35.
Speed do they have? Do they have like 90 speed? He just caught up with me. I was running.
Daniels to throw on 4th. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. A disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Offense up to the line fast.
Hey, alert 33. Done.
Working inside the red zone.
Yo, this game is so trash. So trash.
So we saw dueling interceptions in a turnover-laden first quarter. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready to go with our 2nd quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. Baker throwing again. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Mayfield to throw again. Chased out to his right. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers get the game's first points here in the 2nd. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play. They just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
How did he get it?
1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's got time here. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually. So 2nd down coming up.
Nearly intercepted.
Daniels back to throw.
Yo.
It's another
What
first down
play
mistake.
is
He's
he calling?
intercepted again.
Hey, you know what? He got it.
And he takes this one back for the pick 6.
Can't lose this, bro. I'm on stop.
But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
Ready?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
In
Drive
reality,
begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. Another carry for Robinson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Yaya Diaby brings him down. On 2nd down, Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 5. Hauled down by Christian Izien. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. too short. Daniels. Nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. Has it at the 7. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stuffed at the 2. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU. Play fake here. Daniels. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders make it a one-score game before halftime. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
So I used to be over there on the side, okay? It's going to be over there on the side.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Tucker now on the return. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked off. That's Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. First and 10 from the 41.
Here we go, here we go.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. On the move, headed right. They get it right back. That's intercepted.
Choking. No.
And the Buccaneers, they're going to be set up in goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pip in return for that.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Daniels from the pistol. Escapes the pocket. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. The Commanders in the hurry up. They're hustling for the line. And he's caught along the sideline and he gets the feet down. Wow. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Commanders will have a first. Fits it through the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. On first down, here's Daniels.
Are you kidding me? I pulled as soon as I saw him moving. Hey, bro, you know what?
Get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Forced out to his right. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now they face second down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Tucker now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room.
No. Keep playing.
So this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your #1 objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
No, catch it.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up second down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First down, here's Baker. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Working quickly here. Mayfield on first and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Levante David.
Hey, you know what? I should have left.